For today's topic, we'll be talking about race and ethnicity in sport. For the first question, regarding the challenges, there are definitely going to be challenges with a diverse population. However, there are ways to leverage that diversity and promote positivity, inclusiveness, and collaborative inner work dynamics. Some of the challenges that administrators might face: an underrepresentation of populations. Some ethnic groups may be underrepresented due to lack of exposure or possibly cultural attitudes regarding certain sports. This impact could be seen as exclusivity rather than inclusivity and promoting inclusiveness in the team. Socioeconomic disparities. This at times can be extremely noticeable as some students cannot afford equipment, travel expenses, uniforms, and private lessons to improve in that sport. These disparities can greatly impact or limit certain racial or ethnic groups from participating in a sport. Pre-existing biases and stereotypes. As we've studied, all of us have ingrained biases that we may not be fully aware of. Thus, as the principal, I will need to navigate those biases from students, parents, and staff, particularly regarding behavior, athletic ability, and leadership roles. The impact pre-existing biases has on the team dynamics is favoritism, team dynamic, and potential conflict between the team and spectators. Among these challenges, which do I think will be the most difficult? I believe the most difficult challenge to address is pre-existing biases and stereotypes due to us having them ingrained in us since we were little, particularly when it comes to student interactions and the overall school culture, as they often are deeply rooted and unconscious and have continually been reinforced by society. These pre-existing attitudes influence how students see each other as well as themselves, which directly affects the team dynamics, the performance, and committed participation. An example is an African American male might automatically be assumed to be a phenomenal basketball player, while an Asian American female might be overlooked for a competitive individual altogether, disregarding sports as a whole. These assumptions limit opportunities for all students to completely engage in the sports that they enjoy. It also internalizes a message that they don't necessarily fit the stereotypes that society has selected for certain populations. Shifting this dynamic for the school and culture takes time and buy-in from all members of the school and a conscious mindset of reshaping to break down these barriers, build up communication, and sustain education for relationship building. Although I believe all of those challenges are important, pre-existing biases pose a greater barrier for unity and for inclusivity, in particular because it influences how students interact, perceive, and value each other. These subtle and sometimes unconscious biases shape participation, school climate, team dynamics, and although we can't always see them, they are deeply felt. Some practical solutions can be implemented, however, it does take time. Staff and coaches, students, and parents all need to have mindset shifts, and an openness to do the hard work. The school culture needs to begin the shift of training and educating the coaches and staff so they are aware of these unconscious biases, subtle inflections, and advocate for a no-tolerance standard on the team. They can receive education on inclusive leadership, anti-bias training, and cultural competence. Once they are educated and then model this inclusive expected behavior, the student athletes should also follow this model as well. Providing opportunity to engage in intentional relationship team building activities allows student athletes to share their culture, their interests, their goals, and see how they fit in their role on the team. This engagement enhances similarities and supports the student athletes so they are seen, heard, and have a sense of belonging on this team. The broader school can focus on an inclusive school curriculum, where there is education on race, biases, and identity in all classroom environments. When these conversations are normalized, it brings up a deeper understanding and systemic systems change can happen. Community-wide engagement happens through parents advocating, parent involvement, and supporting each other through collective advocacy, reaching out to alumni who have faced these adversaries and can speak on their lived experience about how they overcame them. This is critical work to overcome pre-existing biases and stereotypes, which is required to deliberately show the students, coaches, staffs, and parents, and the community to build a powerful platform so the students feel heard, seen, included, respected, and valued.